how's life right now? So we've talked in the off season about the back-to-back titles, and you get to celebrate some of that to start the year. But it just seems like there's a lot going on. It's like a movie out there every single night. And last night was Otani's debut and the Yoshi bobble, and people are probably lined up in the morning well before the players are even getting to the ballpark. So what's life like for you? Do you feel like it's a movie star kind of life?
I don't know about movie star kind of life. It's a lot going on, but we're getting close to being into the daily routine. We had the opening ceremonies and everything, the ring and the jersey, and then we have all the bobbleheads for the series, and then we have an opening day in DC, and then Toronto will be the World Series rematch. But once we get past Toronto, it'll be kind of Groundhog Day for the next 6 months, and I think all the guys are looking forward to that a little bit. You get so used to just having your routine that you're ready to show up every single day and just go about your business and not have to have any of the extra stuff along with it.
You talk all the time about how everybody on this team knows what they need to do, knows where they need to be, all that stuff. But now you're the longest tenured Dodger. Is there some kind of like medal or like the fact like, hey, Max, what should we do? You've been here the longest. Is there something in that? Because you just listed off so many things, the ring ceremony, and then you have, different distractions. Is there a situation where you kind of had to be hey guys, I'm the grand marshal of this parade now. I'll make sure you guys know where to be?
No, I don't think there's any situation like that. It's just, you just try to, I might be the longest tenured guy, but I'm by no means the longest service time in that clubhouse. And, that's the funny thing about it. The parking lot, the way the parking lot is set up for the players, it's by service. For as long as I've been here, I feel like I've been in the same spot for all those years. I don't think I've moved up at all. We keep getting guys that have more service time than I do. So it's kind of when it comes to that, it's just the only thing you're really doing is people ask, where do we go for certain things, and you just point the direction, and guys find their way.
Hey Max, you know what Scott forgot to talk to you about last night? Your first homer. Can we talk about your first homer last night? Or the year Scott didn't even mention it. I think Scott forgot that you hit your first homer last night. He's all worried about bobbleheads and Shohei pitching. Let's talk about Max Muncy's first homer.
Yeah, it's nice. I didn't have to wait till May this year to get that first one. So that's I feel bad that was.
Hey, lefty.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was off lefty, and I've been feeling pretty good off lefties this spring. I think I had more bats off lefties than I did righties all spring training. It felt like every single day we faced a lefty, and we kind of expect that's how the season's going to go for us. I think teams are going to stack lefties against us. Just we got a lot of lefties in the lineup, and it's going to be their way to kind of combat that. And so getting all the practice off lefties in spring was good for me. I feel really comfortable off them. Staying in there, not diving out. So it's always huge.
Hey Max, what about do you guys get the bobbleheads? Do you get tired of getting bobbleheads? Do you have a house? I know you're sitting in your house now. Do you have a room that's just wall to wall bobbleheads? Because I feel like the Dodgers give out a bobblehead like a week. It's a Shohei, it's a Freddie, it's a Mookie, it's a Yoshi, it's a Roki, it's a Muncy, do you have a Kyle Tucker, I'm sure, at some point. Like, do they give out a
we've
bobblehead
always
every
done.
weekend?
Yeah, we've always done a really good job on the promotions. So every single year you're looking at, I don't know what the number is, probably 20 bobbleheads maybe. It's a lot, and it's really cool is what it is. My house in Texas, we've got a room where we've got over 100 bobbleheads in it now, and it's really cool to just see. I know the guys always enjoy it. It's always fun for the guys, and you get your own bobblehead. You show up and they have a bobblehead sitting in your chair when it's your bobblehead day. So it's always a good time.
Do you have a favorite one? Do you have a favorite one that you're like, that one we definitely can't get rid of?
I mean, they're all great. the Yoshi one's pretty cool. My kids love that one so far. They've been getting big into Mario lately, and so they really loved that one from last night. That might be their favorite one that I've seen. Either that one or my kids also really love the Hello Kitty bobblehead. My daughter loves Hello Kitty, so that's a big hit for us also.
That's huge. Maybe you get a couple extra. How are the new guys acclimating? Tucker and Edwin Diaz. How did new guys who are superstars acclimate to a team of superstars?
I mean, they've been fitting in seamlessly. I think the good thing for them is there's just there's obviously expectations, but there's just as much pressure on everyone else than there is on them, and so it's not like it's hey, we need you to be the guy. The whole season's riding on you. That's not the expectation for them. It's more just they need find your footing. We know you're going to help us win a bunch of games this season, and start acclimating to life out here in LA. Get used to the routine. Get used to the drive into Dodger Stadium. All that kind of stuff. It's just I think it's a little bit easier for those guys knowing that it's just the world's not weighing down on them, knowing that they can just fit in for us.
When they first played the trumpets for Edwin, did you get a little chills? Because I mean, every time in New York when they played that, I feel like you would get a little chills. So when they did that, didn't they have a trumpet guy there the first night he came in, or didn't they do something special for him?
Yeah, they had an artist play the trumpet live. Not gonna lie, it's a pretty good skit. It's a good skit. There's certain guys where you just sit there and you go, man, that's a good skit when they come in the game, and that one's one of the best. It's I gotta say, it sounds pretty good at Dodger Stadium with the sound system. It's they maybe crank it up a little bit extra loud, but that's all right. That's what you want. It gets the stadium rocking. I think the fans are really starting to love it. They, fans tend to leave the game maybe a little bit early to beat traffic, and this is giving them a reason to stay because they want to see the skit.
Does anybody's song with anybody that you played that's on that sound system that you're like that just didn't hit? I feel like everybody's song hits anytime that I've ever been there.
No, there's plenty of songs that don't sound that great, and that's part of the trick in finding a walk-up song is you gotta really try to guess if it's going to sound good at Dodger Stadium or not. And, a lot of times guys will pick a song and after one night they go, yep, that didn't sound great. I gotta move on. There's not any that pop right into my head. Most guys do a pretty good job of finding a song that sounds great on there, but yeah, the sound system's just different. Easily the best. It's I love having that.
Hey Max, when we were talking about this earlier with Shohei said, "Oh, I'm not going to pitch every fifth day. I'm going to pitch every sixth or seventh day." And I said he could absolutely win a Cy Young doing that. Do you think Shohei could win a Cy Young if he pitches every sixth or seventh day like they're planning on using him now?
I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, I think the only thing that would hold him back is if there's a guy that's got very similar numbers to what he's going to just have that extra 2-3 starts. And I really think that the voters will take that into account when it comes down to it at the end. But, I don't see any reason why Shohei couldn't Cy Young. He's incredible on the mound. And I was talking about it last night that, I know everyone talks about his hitting and how impressive his hitting is. Pitching is what he really, really loves to do. Like, he is so bought into pitching. He loves everything about it. He loves the preparation for it, the build up for it, the scouting. Like, he really, really loves pitching, and you can tell it's just like pitching is who he is. That's what he loves to do in baseball. And he just happens to be really good at hitting. But pitching is where he's, you can tell he's fully bought into pitching.
Hey, and by the way, if he wins the Cy Young, guess what you guys would get? Another bobblehead. So you could just add it to your collection.
Ooh.
See, every award you just get more bobbleheads, and then your kids are going to just have to keep choosing which one. So it's a win-win for everybody, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. I think the one bobblehead that we're not going to get, at least I don't think we are yet, is the Shirtless Sunday bobblehead. When we had Robleski on the other day, I guess it was now a month ago, but he was talking about how, we're continuing the Shirtless Sundays. Will that continue during the season? You've only had one Sunday, and do we need to have a shirtless Kershaw bobblehead?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that. I know Kirsch would love that. Yeah, he was a big proponent of the shirtless Sunday, and he loved it. He got super excited for Sundays. He would just pop his head down in the weight room, yell at everybody, make sure the tarp's off, and go. He'd be in. Those were always his best workout days, shirtless Sunday. He was fully bought into it.
This episode is brought to you by Fox One. Go get that new app. Stream baseball, stream football, stream World Cup action. You'll be watching.
Oh, definitely. I can't wait. I actually want to try and get to a game. But while I'm there, I'll still have my Fox One app. I'll have MLB, the great shows that Fox has, college football that I love, college basketball. They have it all. This really is the app that you can get all of anything you want to watch on an app. Fox One has it, and they are great at it.
Yeah, the big sporting events. And by the way, the World Cup is June 11th to July 19th. You can get a free 7-day trial of Fox One. So go check that out. And you can start your 7-day free trial today. Offers are subject to change. Go to Fox One for complete terms and conditions. Fox One, streaming now.
Have you seen Mookie doing, was it Roki stuff? Is that what he's doing? Are you going to get on that train soon? Are you going to get on the Mookie and Roki workout train?
Dude, I don't know, man. So he started doing the javelins because he wanted to work on his throw. And within like 2 weeks, he was throwing absolute missiles across the infield. And I'm sitting there looking at him do this, and I'm like, man, maybe I should start doing the javelins also. Because Mook's always had an unbelievable arm, but like when you watch the way he's throwing now, like he's throwing absolute rockets to first base, and he's so accurate with it every single throw. You're just kind of like, man, maybe I should start doing this. Maybe I'll put Yada Sensei on my shoulders and start walking around and see what happens.
Okay, that's the one I was going to ask about. I don't care about the rocket because, we don't ever get to see how far the rocket goes. Every video we see, it's just like them standing there and then they throw it. I want to see how far it goes. So until I see that, the one where Yada Sensei was on his back, do you feel like you're built for that? Do you feel like if Max Muncy has somebody on his back, like it's going to go well or not?
Well, the thing is, Sensei only weighs maybe 100 pounds. He's not a real big guy, but it's from my understandings, it's all about engaging your core and using your core the correct way. That's trying to find the balance in your body while engaging your core. That's why he puts himself on your shoulders, is he wants you to understand that. I don't know much more than that, but that's my basic understanding of him being on your shoulders.
All right. Have you done ABS yet? Have you challenged ABS? Because you guys have like no challenges so far. Does Dave Roberts say you guys aren't allowed to challenge because umpires never miss calls on the Dodgers because you guys get every call anyway, so you don't want to ruin that reputation?
That's false. We do not get every call. That's I would like to think we do, but we definitely do not. No, we've had a lot of meetings about when is the proper time to use a challenge. And obviously if you're 100% certain that, a pitch is a ball and it gets called a strike, you challenge that at any point. But if it's one that you're borderline on, we have, certain situations where you have a green light to challenge. And then there's other situations where it's, you probably shouldn't challenge if you're borderline on it. That's something that we've been real big on so far this year, is just understanding, the situation, understanding, leverage counts, and, is there runners on base, no runners on base? Are you leading off the inning? Is the sixth inning on? The biggest thing for us is just saving the challenges for Will and Dalton behind the plate. The data is very, very point blank that catchers are much better at challenges than hitters are. So we want to make sure our catcher always has a challenge for later in the game. And really at any point in the game. And Will's already been proving that so far. Will's been amazing behind the plate. There's only one, I think, that he's missed, and that was just a ninth inning challenge where it was like, hey, let's take a chance. Why not? And we still had another challenge behind that. So I have not done the challenge yet. I had one challenged on me last night, and it was not overturned. So that was a good one for me. But yeah, the biggest thing we've been trying to harp on so far is just understanding when's the right time to challenge a pitch, because you don't want to run into a situation like like Cleveland ran into last night, where they were out of challenges by the fifth inning.
Hey, I did a game on Saturday, Max, where the Braves were out in the first inning. Drake Baldwin dropped the boom, 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 boom in the top of the first, missed it. Acuna, there was a ball like in the middle of the plate that they called a strike, and he challenged it leading off, and the 4 hitters into the game, Braves out of challenges. So the smartest thing you can remember is that catchers always get it right. So just let the catchers challenge, okay? Nobody else, including
like I said, the data is very clear on that. When you look at it from the last couple of years in the minor leagues, this year in spring training and so far, catchers are about, what was it, like 65%, something like that, I think. And hitters are only 40%. So the data is pretty clear that catchers are always going to be a lot better, and they're seeing more pitches beyond the plate, so it makes sense.
All right, so you haven't challenged yet, like you said, but you got a challenge on it. It's riveting for fans. They all look up at the board, they're watching it. When they challenged, I forget who it was behind the dish that challenged the call, did you sit there and go, I know I'm right? Or do you say, that could have just gotten on the edge?
Well, the one on me last night, actually, it was a check swing for me. So, anytime you get in a check swing, you don't really get like a full good look at the ball. So I was kind of like, I was just as engaged as the fans were. I was staring at the board. I was like, is this a strike or is it a ball? I don't know.
Just do the Randy Arozarena, where it's a ball, and he just walks to first. He's handing all his junk to the bad boy, and they're doing the thing, and it was like a 0.2 of an inch off the plate. And he's like, I knew it the whole time. He was already at first base.
No, I don't know if I'll ever do that. I'll make sure it's an actual ball before I start walking down. Last thing you want to do is take off all your guards and then have to put them all back on, and then everyone's sitting there waiting on you. And I know some people probably enjoy that, but no, not for me.
Then you get the pitch clock violation. Then you could get a pitch clock, and it would make up for the other thing. See, so like if it was a strike to a ball, and then you get the pitch clock. See, then it's all a big cycle. It's a vicious cycle, Max. It's all
unfortunately.
New rules are fun. I will say this. Some people were like, oh, when we do all this, there's never going to be ejections again. I've seen some fun ejections already across the bigs from managers. They're figuring out ways to still piss off umpires and get themselves booted from games. Derek Shelton first weekend, Don Kelly last night. Like, we're good. We're still going to see some entertaining ejections.
There's some times where guys just don't want to sit there in the dugout, and they'd rather be up in the clubhouse, There's always gonna be those days, and that's just how it is.
Hey, will Dave Roberts get ejected this year? Will he get, or does he just always sit back? Like every time they show him, he's just sitting back. It doesn't even half the time look like he's watching the game. He's just like, we're gonna win. So yeah, I've got dinner reservations at 10:30, guys. Let's hurry this up a little bit, because I got to get out of here.
No. As for whether he'll get tossed this year, I don't know. Doc does a pretty good job of towing the line. He always stays on the correct side of the line, but there's a lot of times where he'll toe the line with the umpires. And but as far as getting tossed, I don't know. It would have to be a pretty big moment for him to get tossed.
Max, last one for you. This is a fun one. So The Athletic does a Hopometer survey every year for 11,000 fans on their optimism versus pessimism for their team. The Dodgers, I think, set the all-time record. It was 98.2%, and that only equals, I think, one fan that said they were pessimistic about the Dodgers. So I wanted to get your take. It doesn't have to be serious, on what you would tell that one fan who's not feeling good about, and it's not just the current Dodgers, it kind of looks at what they've done and then what is going to happen going forward. So what would your advice be to that one fan who does not feel satisfied right now?
Go touch some grass, man. Go, I don't know. I don't know what else you'd want from us. We've won back-to-back World Series. We have a great team. We're off to a great start. If you can't find any hope in us, then like I said, you got to go touch some grass and find something else to do.
Or
You
play
guys
some
already
video
lost.
game.
But they
What?
already lost this year. They've already
Right.
lost the game this year. So of course there's going to be somebody mad. You guys are supposed to win every game.
It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. No team is ever going to go 162-0. It's just never going to happen.